I'm still lobbying for the Nasty Boys to get a spot in the WWE Hall of Fame.
They should get one.
Yeah, I see that story got picked up. And yeah, I really believe that, man. I really believe that in my heart that Knobs and Sags do deserve a nod. And the thing is, I know there's a lot of people. I think Demolition is
Demolition's got to go in.
And people always say, man, Demolition should be in. And the thing is, I agree with them. I agree with them 100%. Demolition. I used to love watching Demolition because they were kind of like Hawk and Animal, but they were different. They had the face paint, but it wasn't. They wasn't trying to be the Road Warriors. That's what I liked about Demolition, as well as to see Barry Darsow get a shine. Yeah. Barry Darsow was he entertained me, man. He entertained me when I was a youngster coming up and watching professional wrestling. And I remember he was wrestling Nikolai Volkov, and he was Barry Darsow. And he said, Nikolai Volkov, he was doing a promo. He said, Nikolai, you got Russian missiles. You say you got Russian missiles. Well, I got American missiles right here, pal. And I'm gonna show you right here at the Sam Houston Coliseum next week who's the real. And boom, they went and had them match. In a few minutes, Nikolai Volkov dropped him on his head. Bam, 1, 2, 3. And the next week they came out. Barry Darsow was a Russian. He was crushing Darsow.
Hey man, you got to run with it.
I was like, wow, man. That's the way angles were back in the day. This is a full-blooded American, and the next week he come out, he's a Russian just because he just got beat up that bad. I was like, I loved it, man. So to see Barry Darsow get a shine in Demolition, that would be awesome too. Good friend of mine, man. Really good friend.
There's a few, that still pop up. I feel like that aren't in. Some of those guys who I think are WWE Hall of Fame worthy. They're working other places right now. But when I think of the WWE Hall of Fame, who's not in it? The Rock's not in there. Sable, I think Sable should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, right? Don't you think Sable should be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. He was a ratings draw.
No, she definitely was. Scotty. As far as when you watched the show, you wanted to watch it. You definitely want to see that segment that she was going to be in, whether it was wrestling or just being on the show. Yeah, she's a Hall of Famer. I think so. So it's so many though. It's so many. Yeah.
Psycho Sid's not in there. Come on, man. Psycho Sid made it at WrestleMania, world champion.
Psycho Sid should be in there. I don't think the Midnight Express is in there either, right?
The Rock and Roll's in there. I don't
Rock
believe
and Roll's in, but not the Midnight. Yeah.
I don't think the Midnight's in there.
Jim Cornette was inducted. The Rock and Roll Express, and he was talking about the Midnight Express for the first 5 minutes, man. I was like, well, who are we inducting here tonight?
You know what? This might be a controversial take. Jim Cornette, there's a case for him to be in the Hall of Fame.
No doubt. I mean,
absolutely.
Jim Cornette's contribution to this business is undeniable. I mean, that guy entertained me, I mean, he made me, want to do this to that degree, as far as how far he took it. He believed in this business more than anything when he was doing it, and he believed in making fans feel a certain way when they watched it. That is the true Romeo and Juliet, Phantom of the Opera, Shakespeare of this business. And when he did it better than anybody. Seriously.
I agree with you. And, I know Jim Cornette, gets a lot of internet flack for some of his takes on AEW. And I know he said some stuff in the past or what have you, but as far as if you just look at his contributions to the business, one of the best manager, valet talkers ever. I mean, when that guy would cut a promo, oh man, when he cut a promo on the Rock and Roll Express, you felt like he had all the fire and flame and passion from hell itself, flowing through his veins, through the television screen. He's one of the people, and this is probably the biggest compliment I can give him. Him and Dusty, if you go back and look at that era, and Rick, obviously, but they had that power of kind of coming through the screen with their voice. Like you almost felt it here, like in your chest as they were talking. Whether it was the good feelings that Dusty would give you, like when Dusty said, "I'm reaching out my hand to you," and you felt like, oh, I could touch his hand through the screen, or as Cornette's fire coming through it, when he's cutting the promo. I mean, look, they're some of the best to ever do it. So yeah, Cornette definitely should be in there.
I think so.
And then Lex Luger. I think Lex Luger should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think Lex should be in as well, man. Without any question, a shadow of a doubt, he should be in. Contributions was definitely felt, by so many. So many was on that Lex Luger train when he was running. He was always one of the guys that was a standout. He was always, a main event player. Always a main event guy. So definitely Lex Luger should be given a nod. I would hope to see that.
Just a couple more that come to mind. Just because we're talking about 3 more that I want to say. Paul Heyman should be in. Whether he's going to go in Philadelphia like I think he should or not. I know earlier this year you campaigned also for Tommy Dreamer. Get a nod. I'm with you on Tommy Dreamer. And then the person they should, because look, WrestleMania 40, that's a prestigious, number there. I mean, you have to think about the history of the business at WrestleMania 40. Who's somebody who should be in, who, would live up to the majesty of WrestleMania 40. And when I think of the word majesty, I think of a king. And I think for the 3rd time, they should induct Booker T in as King Booker.
Hey, man, I'd love to see it. I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't turn it down.
The first 3-time Hall of Fame.
Man, the greatest king of all, man. I feel that way. I really feel that way. But, nah, man, I ain't lobbying to get no more rings, man. I appreciate that, though, man.